Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week we bring you stories from all around Waco and Baylor. I'm Irma Peña.
And I'm Maya Duloc. First, we show you local groups' reaction to the presidential election results.
Last week, election results had varying responses across the country. LTVN's Lauren Holcomb talked with Waco's Pride Group about their thoughts on the new leadership.
This presidential election drew a wide range of reactions nationwide, and one group voiced its opinions about President-elect Donald Trump.
The queer community, a lot of us are very afraid. A lot of us are, questioning the security of our futures.
Waco Pride is scared that issues like marriage equality might take a step back under Trump's second term, with conservative justices open to revisiting precedents. Trump's appointees like Kavanaugh and Barrett have argued against the queer community in the name of religious freedom, siding with organizations that refuse to service queer clients.
It hasn't been threatened yet, but 4 years is a long time. Things can always change, and you never know what someone can threaten to take away until it starts happening.
Another big concern was Trump's lack of advocacy for the queer community. Vice President and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris made many efforts to make the queer community feel heard and seen, like speaking at a Washington Pride event in June. Trump, on the other hand, published an ad that Harris was for they, them, not you.
As long as we keep finding places, keep seeking people out, keep your nose to the grindstone, really just keep focused, keep working. It's not going to be easy. I wouldn't have it any other way because we have to fight for this.
At this time, Donald Trump has not announced any explicit plans to ban gay marriage, but the LGBTQ+ community is still fearful over what could happen over the next 4 years. For Lariat TV News, I'm Lauren Holcomb.
Baylor's Interactive Media and Language Center brought back the Language Olympics this week for another year of competition. The Language Olympics allow students to show off their skills speaking foreign languages. Students commented on the Interactive Media and Language Center Instagram page every day this week and hashtagged their language. Each department is competing to get the most engagement on the IMLC social media pages, and the group with the most points will be announced at the end of the week.
Language Olympics has been really fun. I've been in Swahili for the last 3 semesters, and I think this is a great way for me to practice my Swahili, so yeah.
After being inactive for 10 years, Baylor's chapter of NAACP is back. Marissa Muniz brings us more on what's next for the organization.
After 10 years, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People is making its way back on campus. Baylor's chapter has been inactive due to the lack of attendance and past leadership having no one to pass the chapter down to. First-year Naya Sproul took matters into her own hands after finding out Baylor's chapter had been inactive.
Reached out to my journalism professor, Miss Mia Moody Ramirez, and I was like, hey, do you have any contacts? Do you know what happened to the NAACP chapter here? If there is anything that I can do to serve and reactivate it, let me know in what capacity I can do that in.
Wednesday afternoon, the NAACP hit their goal of 25 members, and Sproul could not be more excited. She said this organization means a lot to her, and she's ready to bring Baylor's chapter back to life.
There's only I think at least 10 Black organizations out of the 300 that Baylor has. That's not a lot of representation of a minority voice. I want to have a space where the minority becomes the majority.
Follow the NAACP Instagram to stay updated on how to join and for future meetings. For Lariat TV News, I'm Marissa Muniz.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, international students had the opportunity to learn about what this holiday means in America. Here's the story.
On Wednesday night, the Roundtable Committee continued its long-standing tradition with International Thanksgiving.
More than 65 years ago, with international students being invited into the homes of Baylor Roundtable members. So they hosted them, and then it turned into a Thanksgiving theme.
The event gave students the chance to connect with the president and first gent about American traditions.
Get to be close up with the president and the first gent, that they get to sit in a little more formal, sort of business formal environment and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner and talk a little bit about what it means to us in the American culture.
During the dinner, the Livingstones took the stage to talk about the core values of this holiday.
The nice thing about Thanksgiving is it really is about family here in the United States, because almost everyone gets together with either really close friends or with family at Thanksgiving to celebrate together.
International students were told that the most important part of Thanksgiving is being able to thank God.
We need to have a day set aside to thank God, to thank the blessings that we have.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Maya Dula.
Student government wants student organizations to know that they can help fund their on-campus events. The SCAF, which stands for the Student Government Allocation Fund, is an endowment given by Baylor to student government to then allocate to different student organizations. The SCAF can fund any event if it is approved by Baylor and is a supplier in Ignite. The Student Government Finance Committee is the resource for applications and a step-by-step process for applying for these funds.
Considering applying, I would encourage them to apply, no matter kind of where they're at in the process or what they have and what they don't have. We're here to help them along the way.
Coming up, women's basketball stays perfect in Waco.
And Baylor football looks to do something it has never done before. Keep it here.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
One organization on campus is doing what it can to help put an end to human trafficking. LTVN's Gracie Savage tells you about its biggest event of the year.
I'm here at the International Justice Mission's pop-up thrift store Threads that happens once a year on Fountain Mall. Let's take a deeper look into the meaning of it all.
People come and they thrift and they can donate, and 100% of what we make goes to fight human trafficking.
Baylor's chapter of the International Justice Mission has been preparing all year for Threads. They said that this is their biggest event of the year and the one where they raise the most money for their cause. IJM is a nonprofit organization that works to protect people in poverty from slavery and human trafficking.
Baylor's chapter is one of the largest, and so we have people from all majors, from all backgrounds, who are just really passionate about this cause, and we find that that really influences our officer team well.
Threads is a completely donation-based pop-up thrift store. IJM takes clothes donated by the community and puts them up for sale on Fountain Mall. Only nice brands have a set price. Everything else is up to the buyer.
Our chapter typically makes around $15,000 through Threads every year. This year, we're hoping to make a little bit more than that, fingers crossed. It's our biggest Threads we've ever had. We filled up about 7 storage units. We have 12 racks of clothing, 12 tables full, and so many people have come already. Additionally, IJM is matching what we make this year.
The International Justice Mission's board here at Baylor University is very passionate about putting an end to human trafficking. We talked with the fundraising chair about why she got involved with IJM to begin with.
Something that I care a lot about is labor trafficking, and the fast fashion industry has a lot of that. There are children in factories all around the world that make the clothes that most of us wear every day, and people who aren't being paid, and it's just a really, really sad reality. So to be able to do something about it meant a lot to me, and that's when I found IJM.
For more information on the International Justice Mission and how to get involved, take a look at their Instagram at IJM Baylor. For Lariat TV News, I'm Gracie Savage.
The Baylor School of Education has won countless awards and can now add national and local student teachers to that list. Caitlin Sides tells you more about this year's winner.
Each year, national and local student teachers are named, and Ashlyn Berg, a recent Baylor grad, was recognized as both.
I just think that it's been rewarding to jump into the school year and know what I'm doing because Baylor just prepared us so well.
Ashlyn graduated spring 2024 and was nominated for the award and had to undergo a process of events to submit the application. However, she had no idea she was applying for the national award.
So I just knew I was being applied for the Texas award. And that award came out actually after I got the national one. So I had no idea that I was even in the running.
Throughout her time at Baylor, she said Dr. Rogers was her mentor and biggest supporter.
Honestly, Dr. Rogers really pushed me to be the best. I feel like a lot of times people in college just want to get a good grade and that be it. But I was truly wanting to be pushed to be the best teacher I could be.
She was already just I would say like almost a sponge. Everything we talked about, you could see it in her lesson plans. And some of the things I didn't even talk to her about, she just knew to do it.
Ashlyn has known she wanted to be a teacher her whole life and got the chance to make that dream a reality through her time at Baylor.
That I've wanted to be a teacher since I was in 6th grade. And so I had already confirmed that passion of wanting to be a teacher. So Baylor just really, truly prepared me for something that I know I've been wanting to do for my whole life.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Caitlin Sides.
After its construction started in the summer, a new allergy-free station is now open at Memorial Dining Hall. This station is free from the top 9 allergies, including egg, wheat, soy, fish, tree nuts, peanuts, milk, shellfish, and sesame. Because Baylor switched to a new food provider, Baylor Eats, the station's construction took longer than expected. The original completion date was set for the beginning of the fall semester.
We just wanted to make sure that we had all of the right appliances, the right equipment, the right enclosure to make this space as safe as possible for students with food allergies. So it took a little while, but we think that it worked out really well.
Baylor Soar is suiting your personality with full professional attires for students. Irma Pena has the stitch.
The Career Closet is an initiative started by the Student Opportunity and Achievement Resources, where they help you find the right fit for your important events.
We are able to buy brand new suits for students, so students can come in, they fill out an application online, they get to come in and try on a suit and get fitted for whatever they need, and they leave with, it's not a rented suit, they get to take the suit and they don't have to bring it back.
The application is open to everyone, but is mostly on a need basis. The closet is located in Sid Richardson, and appointments are available after applying.
All you have to do is go to our website, then you'll click on Career Closet. It's a tab on the website. Then you'll click the application link. Once you fill out the application link, it'll send us an email. We will review your application, and if you are approved, we'll send you an email to come in for a fitting.
This is one of the many opportunities that SOAR has to offer to help the Baylor community, along with the store, student financial wellness, and Latino student success initiatives.
It's really there for all Baylor students to engage with. We really want all Baylor students to feel involved and supported, particularly those who may have high financial need and may not be able to gather some of these resources. So the opportunities and resources are there for you.
And they want students to know one thing.
I think we're all really committed to the aspect of making every Baylor student feel like they belong, that they're part of this community, that they are integral to the success of themselves and the university as a whole.
If you have any questions, you can email them at soar@baylor.edu. For Lariat TV News, I'm Irma Pena. Coming up, women's basketball stays perfect in Waco.
And Baylor football looks to do something it has never done before. Keep it here.
This weekend, Baylor football could clinch bowl eligibility if it beats West Virginia, but the game is in Morgantown, where the Bears are winless. The Bears are riding a 3-game winning streak, and the offense has been on fire in recent weeks, averaging 530 yards over the last 3 games. West Virginia is also 1 win from bowl eligibility and has won 2 straight. Baylor is 4-8 against West Virginia all time, with their last win being in 2021.
Cool, we're winning games, we're all excited, so that's keeping our energy high, but I mean, we're just trying to stay focused on what's in front of us, going and getting that win up in West Virginia, because we've never won there, so we're all really locked in with that.
The game is on ESPN2 and kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Sometimes the most impactful voices aren't the ones you'd expect. This is true for one walk-on player who has emerged as a leader on the football team. Aiden Pham has the story.
Redshirt sophomore safety Michael Allen from Stillwell, Kansas is known among his teammates for his relentless work ethic and positive attitude. As a walk-on at Baylor, he has always played with a chip on his shoulder.
As a walk-on, it's like, man, like I've been told no so many times in my life. It's like, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You're too small. All these things. It's like, man, like I feel like I belong here. And so a lot of that chip was more like, hey, like proving I belong here, proving I could contribute to this program.
Prior to the Bears' big road game against Texas Tech, Allen gave a speech to his fellow teammates, a speech that head coach Dave Aranda says was powerful before the Bears would defeat Texas Tech 59-35.
Michael got up there, it's just like so quiet. And Michael he went ahead and told the truth, told about where we are in the season, how important this game is, and what can be possible and what we need to do.
Coming from a big football family and inspired by his uncle, former Saints head coach Dennis Allen, Michael hopes to follow in his uncle's footsteps as a football coach after his playing days.
I've kind of just like idolized, my family, and I was like, man, like I always want to be next, like it's just been such a big part of my life, it's football, and either watching or coaching or playing football. And so I've kind of just looked up to my uncle a lot, and I've seen his success, and I just think that's something that I've kind of been called to do. And so I've always wanted to be a coach, honestly. And so I don't know exactly what that looks like, but one of the biggest decisions coming to Baylor was like, I knew I could learn under Coach Aranda.
In pursuit of becoming a coach one day, Michael sits in on coaches' meetings to assist with watching film. On game days, he can be seen signaling in plays and communicating with coaches on the headset. While being a leader is far from easy, Michael says his biggest motivation is helping others succeed.
I love seeing other people like succeed and like do what they want to do. So that's where my motivation comes from. It's just like, because when he wins or when anybody wins on this team, like we all win. So it's like, how can we help each other, help ourselves?
Michael and the Bears will next face West Virginia in Morgantown on Saturday. The Bears will be chasing a fourth straight conference win. For Lariat TV News, I'm Aiden Pham.
Baylor's Hurd Tennis Center is set to host the NCAA Singles and Doubles Championships next week. For the first time, the Singles and Doubles Championships are being held in the fall and run from November 19th to the 24th. On the men's side, sophomore Devin Badenhorst and senior Oscar Brostrom-Polson will compete in singles. In doubles, Brostrom-Polson will team up with senior Marko Miladinovich, while Badenhorst will join junior John Borvelts. Seniors Lubov Kostenko and Christina Tikula will represent the women's side as a doubles team. Men's tennis is chasing its third individual championship in program history, while women's tennis is looking to capture its second. Men's golf just wrapped up their fall season and is looking to improve before the start of the spring schedule in February. The Bears finished 8th out of 13 in their last tournament of the semester at the Clerico in Tulsa. Only one player in the tournament finished under par, and Jonas Appel shot 3 over 213 to finish tied for 5th, the best of his career. Vincent Sternfeld also had his best finish, tying for 17th. On a more positive side, Baylor was able to compete in the Big 12 championship match, losing to BYU 4-1. Despite this strong showing, Coach McGraw thinks there are areas the team can get stronger before February.
The goal would be to get everybody back healthy, and then in the spring kind of put guys together, so we'd have a great team performance in a stroke play event. We have until February 15th, so we've got a lot of time to develop and improve, but there were some good, bright individual spots too.
Wednesday, the Bears picked up 2 signees, Patrick Babb and Tyler Sanford, on the first day of the NCAA fall signing window. And that's all for this week. The Baylor Lariat has the most in-depth coverage on all your favorite sports and athletes at Baylor. Stick with us for the latest. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Claire Marie. Well, that's all we have for you today on Lariat TV News. Stay tuned for our early newscast next week on Thursday, November 21st.
We hope to see you next week for a special Thanksgiving newscast. Until then, have a great week, Baylor family, and as always, Sic 'em Bears.